So, Nintendo just dropped the best direct I've seen in a long time. Let's talk about it. So I guess first of all, if you're not a JRPG fan, this direct would not have done anything for you at all. That being said, for me it was amazing. So first of all, the Legacy Collection for Mega Man Battle Network, and this is something I have been asking for so long. I'm a massive, massive Battle Network fan. I played 3 and 4 on the GBA back when they first came out, and I think Battle Network and the third gen of Pokemon, those two games, or like those two like series of games, defined my childhood. They defined my childhood with the GBA, and just I've been begging Capcom to do something like this for a long time, and they've listened. So that's amazing. That's amazing. And the fact that we're getting 10 Battle Network games in one collection is just phenomenal. We're getting Battle Network 1, 2, both versions of 3, both versions of 4, both versions of 5, and both versions of 6. So that's 10 altogether. To be fair, we are missing out on some of the more obscure spin-offs. So we're not getting Battle Chip Challenge or Network Transmission, I believe it was. And we're also not getting the DS version of Network 5, which is essentially like an amalgamation of the two best bits of each version. And yeah, that's just something I've been pining for a long time. So I'm really glad to see Capcom finally doing it, especially after promising at the, I believe it's the 20th or 25th anniversary of Mega Man, that something was coming, and then just radio silence for a long time. Oh, and obviously I forgot to mention the direct opened with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is like a DLC expansion to Monster Hunter Rise, but it is in and of itself essentially like a standalone game. So that seems very impressive. And then they followed that up with Nier Automata, which is insane because it's such a long time coming. Such a long time coming. I'm surprised it took so long. I mean, like what? Nier Automata is 5 years old now, and the fact that it took him so long to port it to the Switch, it's a bit of a travesty, to be honest with you. But it's here now, so that's great. And then obviously the big showing for Mario plus Rabbids Box of Hope. Again, I haven't played the original. I've downloaded it. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. But again, it was a solid showing. It seemed quite interesting, and it's coming out fairly soon. So it's something you can get your hands on fairly quickly. And then there was the showing for Sonic Frontiers. This is a game that's been previously announced, but this is the first sort of footage we saw running on the Switch proper. It looks fine. It looks interesting. I'm not a fan of the visuals, and the open world nature of this Sonic game is a bit strange. Like it's a bit weird to me. I assume it's going to be decent enough, but quite frankly, Sonic games don't have the best track record for being good. So, it is what it is. And then there was the announcement of Dragon Quest Treasures, which is something, again, I've been looking forward to for a while. I actually completely forgot it existed. I'm a massive Dragon Quest fan. 11 was absolutely phenomenal. And this seems like a very fun game in the same vein of Dragon Quest Monsters. So it seems fun. It seems like a good romp. I loved Eric. Eric was such a great character. Backstory was great. Everything about him is just amazing. He's such a ridiculous damage dealer as well in 11. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this game, which is essentially a prequel to 11, and it just looks like good fun. Then there was the Portal Collection, which again is like a no-brainer to be on the Switch, right? I'm still fairly surprised it wasn't on the Switch already, but yeah, at least it's finally here now. They're both just great games, so definitely give both of them a shot if you haven't already. And then finally, the big one, Persona 3, 4, and 5, all on the Switch. And again, this was, I guess, to be expected, especially after the Microsoft and Bethesda showcase just like a couple of weeks ago, where they announced the 3 of those games were coming to Game Pass, and both the Series S and X consoles as well. So this was to be expected, but it's such a great chance to experience these 3 games all over again, especially for Persona 3. I think P3P was stuck on the PSP since its release, right? It hasn't been released anywhere else as far as I recall. I still have my copy of the collector's edition of P3P, and it's such a great game. I do wish that they ported over FES in some capacity, instead of just a straight port of P3P. At the very least, now we have 3 mainline Persona games on essentially every single major modern console. So that's That's great. That's amazing. And I love that it's Persona 5 Royal, which is essentially the definitive collection, or definitive edition rather, of Persona 5. And obviously Persona 4 Golden is just, people bought Vitas for this game. Frankly, if it wasn't for P4G, I don't think the Vita would have done anywhere near as well as it did, which is even then fairly poorly in the West. Persona 4, frankly, was just a system seller. So to see it on modern consoles is amazing. Just frankly amazing. So yeah, I guess there you have it. So for me, I would say the major announcements were obviously Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, even though we knew that was coming, Nier Automata, and then we had the biggest one for me, the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. Finally. Then we had Dragon Quest Treasures, obviously the Persona games, Live Alive, and a smattering of a few other games here and there. But overall, solid direct. Like honestly, I loved it. And considering we had no first party Nintendo games here at all, it was such a good showing. Such a good showing. I mean, obviously we're still looking forward to the next Zelda game. We're looking forward to the next Mario game eventually when they finally announce it. And I don't know. To me, the fact that they delayed Breath of the Wild 2 to next year, and the fact that we are coming up on ending the 5th year of the Switch being out, to me, it's indication that they might be thinking of announcing the next system. And obviously, we had all the Switch Pro speculation this time last year, and that really did not go anywhere. We got the Switch OLED eventually, but I think they held back on the Switch Pro, the hardware for the Switch Pro, and I think they might release that as like a Switch 2 or like something to do with the successor to the Switch. So hopefully next year we get a new console announcement, we get Breath of the Wild 2, we get all of these heavy hitters. But honestly, for me, this direct was phenomenal. I loved it, and yeah, that's gonna be it from me. So like, comment, subscribe. This is my first proper video, so please leave any feedback if you have any. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.